watching. So if you just came from the brow part 1 video, this is now part 2 of my eye look. I had quite a few people ask me about my makeup that I did Saturday night, which was 2 days ago. And I was just messing around with my new Modern Renaissance palette that I had been dying to get my hands on for like the longest time. I finally got it last week. So I've just been like playing around with it. So on Saturday I was going to a family barbecue and I was like, you know what, let me try to figure out an eye look for this. So here I am like staring at this eye palette like, what am I going to do? It took me, I'm not even kidding, like 15 minutes to figure out what colors I wanted to use and what I was going to do. I didn't want to do the same thing that I always do, so I was like, So this is the look I came up with. There's going to be pictures in the video of what I looked like on Saturday so you guys can see. And yeah, so I just had a couple people ask me like, hey, you should do a video on that. When the hell are you going to do a video again? I know. I'm always taking like month breaks nowadays, it seems. Like I said in the last video, I will explain in a whole separate video what's been going on with me. So anyway, if you are interested in learning to achieve this makeup look, please keep watching. Okay, so now we're going to start our eye makeup. So there's many different like eye primers out there, but the one that I am like obsessed with and cannot live without is my MAC paint pots. I own them in Ochre and Painterly, but for different eye looks I either use Painterly or I use Ochre. So for today, for the eye look that I'm going with, I'm going to be using Ochre, which is kind of like a, it has like a yellow base to it, so it kind of gives like a highlight. It covers up like any dark eyelids you could possibly have. It gets rid of like any oilness. It gets rid of any like oils on your eyelids so that your eyes don't crease throughout the day and stuff like that. So this is the one I'm going to be using. I just apply it with my finger. I know a lot of people apply it with like a brush or whatever. I don't have time for that. I've tried doing it with the brush. I don't know, this is just what I always come back to. So I just put it all the way from the lid up to the brow bone. And I try to get like the inner corner of my eye really well because I do have like a dark little patch in here and concealer doesn't always cover it for me. It just seems like it's always a shadow right there, which is really freaking annoying. But anyway, this really helps to cover that a lot of the time. So other eye. These paint pots last an extremely long time. Like, I remember when I first went to buy one because I had, you know, seen other tutorials with people using them as like an eye base. But when I went to buy it, I was like, oh my god, that's so overpriced. It's not gonna last. Okay, I have now had these, like, both the Painterly and the Ochre. I've had the Painterly for over a year and I've had the Ochre probably just going on a year. And there's still so much in here. And I use these like literally on a daily basis. This is the only thing I use. So once you have that down, I'm going to be taking my Modern Renaissance palette because I did a look the other day and a lot of people asked if I could do like a video on it. So I'm just going to be using this palette the entire time. So I'm going to be taking, this is from the old Elite collection from Morphe. This is the E23. It's just like a really fluffy blending brush. And I'm going to be taking Tempura in the Modern Renaissance palette, like a lot of it. And I just like sweep it all over where I just applied that paint pot. Just to set it. So just sweep that all over the eyelid up to the bone. Now Tempura has like, it's like a satin finish. It's not like, it doesn't have like straight up glitter in it, but it's not matte either. When I first went to use it, I hadn't swatched this palette yet, so I didn't realize that it had like shimmer in it. So I was like, shit. Normally I just only use like a matte white or kind of like a skin colored shadow when I set my base, but this one, I don't know, the eye look came out really well, so I'm not going to complain. Alright, so now we are going to take another blending brush. Which one do I want? Okay, so I'm taking the Morphe G17. This is from their Gunmetal collection. Like, I'm a huge fan of the Gunmetal collection. Like, it's not even funny. Like, I pretty much own, like, almost all of those brushes. I really, really like those. I don't know why. I mean, I don't know. I just like them, but yeah, poke yourself in the eye with it. Anyway. Okay, so for this eye look that I had done the other day, I used a straight edge to get like a nice point with the shadows. So anyway, this is a blending brush. It doesn't really have to be these brushes. Just get a blending brush. And I'm going to be going into the Raw Sienna in the palette. So what I do is I just line this up from the very corner of my eye to like where my brow point ends. So like right there. Like I said, take the Raw Sienna, blow on it a little bit just to make sure there's not too much on the brush, and blend. This color that we are using only, like, it's from the, just in the crease above it. You do not really want to bring this down onto the lid because we're going to be doing something else with the lid. I was just like playing around with this palette because I really wanted to use it. I just bought it last week and I was like, oh my god, I really want to use it. I was going to a barbecue the other night, so I was like, what can I do with this palette? So this is just kind of like what I came up with. It took a while, and I wasn't even sure I was going to like it, so I was kind of surprised everyone wanted to see it. Anyway, with the same brush, we're going to take a little burnt orange now and just go over that just a little bit, not too much. See that really nice sharp line that we have now? If you guys get fallout, like you will get fallout with this palette, I'm not even kidding. The eyeshadows are like super, they're not powdery, but they have a lot of, yeah, they're powdery. Let's just put it that way. A lot, when you dip your brush into this, a lot comes out on it. So you can already see I have fallout right here. I don't care because I'm still baking under my eyes. Like, I have a lot of extra of my banana powder and my Laura Mercier still caked under my eyes. So when I'm finished with the top part of my eyes, I just take a fluffy brush and sweep it off and I don't have any issues. It doesn't stick there. So that's another benefit to baking while you're doing your eyeshadow. Anyway, same thing on the other side. So I just went in and did the other eye. But anyway, so what I like to do, because you don't really want all that dark color in the inner corner, because you don't want to look like you're, you know, got like closed eyes or sleepy looking. I just kind of like go in and blend just a little bit of that outward. Now we are going to take this is another Avon Mark brush, whatever you want to call it, from a collection a few years ago. It's just like a flat eyeshadow brush. I'm going to be going in with the color, oh my god, I can't talk. I'm going to be going in with the Venetian Red, but first I'm going to just get my brush a little bit wet with some MAC Fix Plus. So just dip that in. Here's my mirror so I can do this. And what we're going to be doing is just on the outer half of your eyelid. Just pack the color on. And like I said, if you get fallout, it's okay if you're baking underneath your eye. If you're not baking, you might want to have to do some cleanup afterwards. But I always bake my eyes until the very last of my makeup. So just pack that color on from like the middle to the very edge of the outer eyelid. Oh my god, sometimes I swear the way I explain stuff is just ridiculous. But anyway. I really feel like this fan in the background is going to be like super goddamn noisy. But what do you do? It's too hot in here. I have an umbrella light, I have my ring light, and then I have all of my damn vanity lights on. It's hot. Okay. So. See how that is? I don't see, the other day when I was testing this out, I kind of thought that this color was going to be like 10 times more pigmented than it was. That's why I said to use the MAC Fix Plus. So I still don't feel like this is as impactful as I would like it. So I'm just going to use a little more MAC Fix Plus to make that color just, you know, really pop. So there we go. That's what I'm talking about. Notice how I'm just using patting motions. If you like go and like start dragging the shadow all over, it's going to make a mess for one, and two, it's not going to look as neat and as pigmented. So that's much better. That's what I was looking for. Yes, yes. Okay. Same thing with the other side. I really, really like this color, don't get me wrong. It's just when you look at it in the pan, you kind of expect it to be like much darker with like one swipe of the brush, but it's alright. I don't know why I'm complaining. I really like this palette so far. It's become a go-to so far. I mean, I don't know. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take another blending brush from the Gunmetal collection. This is the G24. It has more of like a little point to it. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but anyway. And I'm just going to go into that burnt orange, just a little bit on the point, not a lot. Blow off the excess. And I'm going to be taking like my straight edge again. I know this is funny. When people ask me how the hell I do the straight edge thing and I try to explain, oh, I use a primer bottle. They're like, what? They're like, they don't get it. I know, it's weird. This is just to clean up if you had any of the pink, like, go more than the eyelid, like up into the crease. You just clean it up a little bit. That's all. See? Now what we're going to do is take another... where is it? Another like flat eyeshadow brush. This is another Avon Mark one. I seem to have a lot of these. This is yet from another collection. So and we're gonna dip that into some MAC Fix Plus as well. And then we're gonna be going in with Primavera, which is kind of like a goldy shadow. I don't really know how to explain that. And we're just going from the middle to the inner, but staying kind of like on the bottom. Like you don't want to bring it all the way up to the crease, you want to just keep it towards the bottom. We're going to be doing something else with the rest of that space. Just packing, no dragging, packing, and you can go over just a little bit because we're going to be making that look kind of like ombre. You want to blend that all together. Guys, I really feel bad. Like, I am not good at explaining anything I'm doing. Like, I know what I'm doing, but trying to make it into words is not always the greatest for me. It's, like, embarrassing. I remember when I hosted a makeup party when I was an Avon district assistant manager, whatever. It was funny. Like, all the reps wanted me to throw a makeup party, so I did at my office. We had a big little get together in the back room, and I was trying to show them how to apply makeup, and it was terrible. Like, I could not explain anything right. It just seemed dumb. I mean, they all had a good time and everything, and they had fun, but I was just like, I don't feel like I'm all that great at explaining. I'm sorry, here I am talking, and I didn't even tell you the other color I dipped into. Anyway, so I just dipped my brush into the Vemeer, which is just above the Primavera. And now we're going to fill in that extra little space above. Sorry, guys. See what I'm saying? I can't. I'm really bad with multitasking, I think. Like, don't ask me to ever walk and chew bubble gum, okay? I'll fall on my face. Same thing with the other side. Just bringing it over just a little bit onto that red shade. Alright, now what we're going to do is try to blend so it doesn't look like, holy crap, you know what I'm saying? Like the red into the gold color. So with just like another fluffy eyeshadow brush, this is another Mark one. I know guys, I know. I'm just going to dip into the Venetian Red just a little bit, okay? And now we're just going to kind of like pat where the colors meet together. Oh yes. Okay, so I don't know how you guys are seeing this, but I'm just gonna go in with that. There's nothing on this. I'm just going in to kind of make sure that that crease didn't get like any of the other colors into it, because I want it to be like this and then that. There's a separation. I don't want them to blend together. That wasn't what I was going for when I did this look. So anyway, that is that part. And if you want to go in and highlight your brow a little bit more, take like another, this is another mark brush. I seem to live on Avon mark brushes apparently. I didn't realize that. I just take this and go back into the Tempura just a little bit and go right up under the brow. Just for a little more color. Or a little more highlight. Yeah, just for a little more highlight. Alright. Okay, so now we want to give like the inner corner of your eye a little bit of a highlight. So I'm just taking another, this is, oh my god, it's another mark brush. I just keep grabbing them. Anyway, so this is just like a really small like detail brush. I'm just going to go in with the Vemeer and the Primavera mixed together on the brush and just go right on the inner corner. Okay, once that's done, now I'm going to go in and line my lash line. I use the Maybelline Eye Studios Gel Liner with a Morphe eyeliner brush. See how precise this is? So this is hard for me to film, so I'm not going to film this part, but yeah, so go in and line if you want to. If you don't want to, you don't have to, but it really makes this look pop. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, before I go in and line, I wanted to show you how to remove the excess shadow underneath your eyes. So let me really zoom in so you guys can like see what's going on here. Okay, so by the way, that's the shadow. So what you want to do is just take a fluffy brush. This is just an IT Cosmetics face brush. I just sweep down my nose first, wipe it off. I have like a little towel I keep on my lap for my makeup. I just brush it off on the towel and then sweep, sweep. Not too bad, huh? That's like the beauty of the baking. But anyway. Oh. So anyway, now I'm going to go in and line my eyes. Okay. Okay, so I just, like I said, I lined my eyes with the Maybelline Gel Liner, the Blackest Black. And now I'm going to do my bottom lash line. So I'm taking, this is just an e.l.f. Like a shader brush, I guess. They're like $1. I think I paid $1 for it at like Target? Yeah, Target. Anyway, so I'm just going to take this shader brush and go into the raw sienna and go right underneath the lower lash line. And this, I'm going to drag it pretty far, like from the outer, almost completely to the inner corner, but not completely. Like, okay, yeah, that made sense, right. You guys get what I mean, I hope, I swear to God. Yeah, because you guys want to see my mirror too, oh boy. Okay, same thing on the other side. I gotta say, I'm like really tan right now, but these lights are making me look porcelain. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at the background of this. I'm like looking in my viewfinder and I'm like, look at what a mess this room is. Ah! Oh my god, that's so bad. Anyway. Okay, so now I'm going to be taking this IT Cosmetics. It's just a small like eyeshadow brush. It's number 220, I guess. It says that on there. This is I think it was like a $20 brush. I don't know why on earth I splurged and bought a $20 brush, but I did. Anyway, so I'm just going to be taking this and dipping it into the what is it? Realgar? Realgar? It's like an orange color in the palette. I think it's called Realgar. And just taking this lightly, not going anywhere near as far as the lash shade, but just kind of like smear blending. Yeah, smear blending. I'm making up new terms today. Works for me. Okay, and then going in with the red ochre, very lightly, blow off any excess, and this is just going like right on the very outside, lightly. Okay, now we're going to take a clean blending brush. This is an IT Cosmetics blending brush, and just buffing it all together. And now we are just going to go back in with that little, where did it go? Oh my god, I lost it already. Oh, it's right here. That little, like, definer brush, going back in with the Primavera and the Vemeer. And right on the inner corner of the lower, just highlight that just a little bit. With another blending brush, because I just keep grabbing random blending brushes. It's not really necessary, but I have so many of them. Just to kind of like sweep any excess away, and then we're going to go back in with our big fluffy brush and brush away anything that might have fallen. Okay, now this part here is completely optional. This is not really like necessary. This is something I do if you want like a really, really sharp edge on your eyeshadow. I just take a, this is a really dirty ass sponge, but just a sponge, I just need the edge of it. I'm going to dip it into some yellow highlight from the Lorac palette, and oh my god, where's my mirror? Okay. I just go and pat it on, right on the edge. Same thing with the other side. And I let this sit here and bake. And then when you sweep it away, it's going to be like bam. Bam. So, I'm going to take a huge, this is another Morphe E2 face brush. This is the original Elite collection. they were having like a huge blowout sale before they got the new Elite collection, so I went and like bought a bunch of like the Elite collections that were still in stock at least. Anyway, so I'm just gonna swirl this in a, this is the Avon Glow. It's the light bronze powder. I don't even think Avon makes this anymore, so I don't know. But it's just been working with my skin color, like the tan that I have right now, so I just swirl it around. And this pretty much sets like all of my foundation. Since I haven't set my whole face, I only set my under eye. I just kind of like sweep it around down my neck because I do put foundation on my neck, so just to make sure everything blends really smoothly. Personally, I really like this powder. I wish Avon would bring it back. It gives like a really nice natural glow to your skin. They really should bring this back. I've had it for probably way too long, but I don't know. The only thing that like I throw out that like makeup wise that expires is like foundation, mascaras, concealers, only if it's like really old, but like powders and stuff, as long as I keep them nice, I don't tend to throw them away. So, okay, so that part's done. So now what I'm going to do before we start contouring or anything like that is I like to do my mascara just to kind of like complete the eye look. So my two like favorite mascaras of like all time, and I've been using them nonstop for 2 years. 2 years. Like seriously, I've tried other mascaras, but it's just like, nah, it's not right. So I use the Maybelline Lash Sensational in the Blackest Black and Avon Supershock in, is it black? Just black, yeah. So the reason why I really like these is not because of the formula or anything, but because of their little wands. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, that's the Avon one. And then the Maybelline one has like a little curve to it. So I use the Maybelline one on my top lashes and then the Avon one on my bottom ones. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and put those on and I will be right back. Okay, so I went in and I did my mascara. Now I'm going to do my waterline with the NYX Jolie black eyeliner. I really like this eyeliner. It seems to last a pretty long time. So this is the one I've been using for the most part for a while now. I know that you're not supposed to tug your eye. I do it anyway because I need to get in here. Like, it just glides on like butter for the most part. I really like this stuff. So now that both of my eyes have been lined, I'm going to tight line. If you don't know what tight lining is, it's lining the upper inside of your lash line. So I just kind of like look down when I do this and just run the liner right along that line. I know it seems like really weird, and if you're like someone who doesn't want your eyeball touched or anything, this probably is not the best for you to do, because unfortunately your liner does touch your eye. Just another reason why you do not share eyeliner at all. Oh my god. So I am going to be using my NYX, my Lorac palette, my contour palette. This is just a e.l.f. angled blush brush. I don't use it for blush at all. I use it for like a sharp contour. I'm going to be taking the medium contour, blowing kissy face because it's not necessary, but I do it anyway. And usually your contour is like right above your ear and then down. I do not go too far with this. And I kind of go in like a little bit of a circular motion so that it blends up and not down. You don't want to blend down onto your face because then your face is going to look really like hollowed out. We don't want that. So that's that side. Other side. Your arm starts to hurt after a while. Blending, man, let me tell you. Now I'm going to go in with this NYX complexion brush. It's just like a smaller, fluffy little brush. Going into that same color. Lightly. This we're just going to blend up into the temple area just a little bit. God almighty, these lights make me look white. Other side. If you didn't notice, I still have the that powder baking on the edge of my shadow there. Taking a little more, we're just gonna do the forehead. I have a large forehead, so I like to contour my forehead by the hairline just a little bit so it doesn't look so ginormous. You just really want to make sure it's blended though, because otherwise you look like you just have dirt on your face. Like, nobody wants a dirty face. That's the other thing with like contour shades. You don't want a contour shade with too much orange in it, but you also don't want one that looks too gray either, because gray ones make you look dead for the most part and really dirty. It just looks like you have dirt smeared everywhere. So ones that have just a little bit of like a bronzing factor to it make you look glowy, healthy, and really chiseled and nice. I was using, for the most part, like a really gray one in the winter last year, and I noticed that like in a lot of lighting I just looked really dirty, as if like I hadn't washed my face. And I was like, okay, we're not going to be using that color anymore. So when I bought the Lorac palette, I was really happy with it because it's not too gray and it's not too bronzy. It's like right in between for my skin color, so it looks good. What I'm doing now is I just take a little bit and buff from underneath my chin down, and then I just go in with my fluffy Elite brush again. Buff, buff, buff. Buff this a little bit so it doesn't look too harsh. Okay, now we're going to move on to blush really quick. I forgot to take it out. So the blush that I used the other day, hi honey, my boyfriend's texting me. The blush I used the other day was my Nars Orgasm blush. This is like the limited edition one. I don't know why. It's like ginormous. But anyway, it's fine. So I just take and sweep this. This, by the way, is just an IT Cosmetics blush brush. It came with a kit that I bought from them. I love their brushes. They're really nice. And just sweep just a little bit. You don't want too much pink on the cheek. But just like blend it in with your contour a little bit so it doesn't look like you have a rainbow on your face. Oh my god, did you just hear that? My stomach's rumbling. Alright, now that that's done, I want to contour my nose just a little. I don't have a problem with my nose, but I do like to make it look like it has a little bit of a shadow to it. So I just take the light contour in the palette and go right on the sides of my nose. I know a lot of people like try to make their nose look like super thin and like, I don't know. I don't even know how to explain it. I kind of like call it the Michael Jackson nose. Don't get me wrong, I love my Michael Jackson, but some of these girls are really killing me with the stiletto heel contouring of the nose, the fork contouring. I can't. It's something else. It's stupid, honestly. I don't even understand some of these tags that they have going on. And now this is just an e.l.f. They were both e.l.f. brushes. This is just like a fluffy e.l.f. brush, and this is like a e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. This is what I use to buff it. But anyway, back to what I was saying, because I'm getting so sidetracked. I do not understand a lot of these challenges that are going on YouTube. Like 100 layers of this, 100 layers of that. It's like, why are you wasting your freaking product doing that? I would never do that because I don't want to waste my shit. It's too expensive. to be wasting. I don't understand it. I don't even, like, what is it for? I don't even get it. It's stupid. Like, I don't bother watching any of those. I just think it's dumb. But, yeah, so I don't really understand a lot of the things that are going on right now. Like, the stupid. Anyway, rant over about that. So I just blend this right along the sides of my nose, tip, so just to give my nose a little definition, but not, like, to make it look like Michael Jackson. I don't know how else to explain that. And then we're going to go in with this Real Techniques brush and into that yellow highlight powder and just lightly tap underneath the eye just to give a little more highlight under there. Just sweep it down the nose, circle the forehead, and that's that. Okay, now for a highlight. The highlight that I had used the other day was this Makeup Forever, my Sculpting Duo. I just take it like with a fan brush. This is an IT Cosmetics brush. This stuff, like, you really gotta rub into for some reason. I don't even know why I purchased this. It's not really worth it, but... And sweep it. I kind of go in like a little ovally motion. Like, it's not just a straight up and down line. It's a little bit of an oval, so that it doesn't look like a straight up zebra stripe on your face. That's not attractive. Also, like, the other thing with these damn highlighters, the craze these days with the highlighters is killing me. Why do people want to be seen from outer space? Like, it's nice to have a highlight. Like, it's really just something so that when the light hits your face, it's like, oh, you know, she's glowing. You don't want to be seen from outer space. Why is that attractive right now? I still cannot figure it out. Anyway, I just lightly go over my nose, a little on my chin, right above the above the brow, and I drag it up a little bit. And that's really about it. That's it. See, there's a highlight, but it's not like, bam, bitch, in your face. I can't stand that right now. That's another thing that's like, why do people want to look like clowns? I haven't figured it out yet. Anyway, that is done. And then to set your makeup, you can use any makeup setting spray, but the one I'm going to use is the Chill Makeup Setting Spray by Urban Decay. This is just like my favorite. It doesn't give you a chilling feeling on my face. Like, it's never ever given me that feeling, but it holds like all day long. It's by Scandinavia. Like, they, I guess, collabed with them or something. I have a lot of Scandinavia's stuff. I really, really like their stuff. But this one, well, this is a favorite at the store at least. And just let that dry and muff in. And pretty much that is the look. So I'll be right back. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. I know it was a little bit longer than the brow routine, but you know me, gotta chat throughout the entire video. Anyway, so if you have any questions or comments, please leave them below in the comment box. I'm going to leave everything I used in the description box below and all of my contact information if you want to try and find me on social media so you can follow me on there. And yeah, just let me know if you have any questions or comments. If you have any other videos in mind that you might want to see, please let me know. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.